Story time about the friend who almost got me evicted, lied to the police, stole my favorite portable charger, and then literally tried to cut me off because I wouldn't jump in and get beat up with her after she started a fight with a grown-ass man unprovoked. So this story does have a lot of layers, so just buckle up. I had this friend, we are gonna call her Frank, and if you've ever watched Shameless, you know exactly why we are calling her Frank, because she wasn't. She is the liability friend. She's the friend who literally has to get faced every single time that she goes out, and instead of just like getting normally drunk, I don't know, she just has to get absolutely obliterated. So when I met Frank, I definitely did start going out a lot more. I was never really the go out kind of gal, but don't get me wrong, we had a lot of fun. Although she was the liability friend and the friend that you have to like babysit, we had a blast. So the night we went out, this was 4th of July weekend. It was supposed to be super cutesy. So everything was honestly fine and dandy up until we left the club. The club was super fun. But let me tell you about Frank and her situationship. So Frank had a situationship with this guy. We're gonna call him Street Runner because he did not have a car, but somehow he was still always outside. Like he was still at every function. He never missed a function. So whenever the club closes, Frank runs over to him and she starts talking to him because like I said, he was always outside. Even though we didn't go out specifically with him that night, we saw him outside. Street Runner's outside with one of his homies and Frank goes over to talk to him, and then she comes back over to me, and next thing you know, she's like, okay, we gotta ride home. She tells me that Street Runner is taking us home, and in my head I'm kind of thinking like, how that nigga do not have a car, girl? Like, what are we talking about? I did not say that though. I just kind of like, I was like, whatever, I'm sure he gonna throw something together because he always made something work. Street Runner comes out with some keys, and it turns out he is driving somebody else's car. I'm thinking like, whose car is this? We found the culprit, girl. Well, anyways, we start driving and I'm trying to sleep because I am wasted. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still level-headed though. Like, I still know how to use my brain. I'm still, at the end of the day, I was the responsible friend, okay? Let me just tell y'all that. So all of a sudden, Frank literally starts trying to argue with the bottle girl in her own car about why she's sitting in the front seat, right? So the girl is like not really responding to her. She's attempting to argue with her, but she's really just arguing with Street Runner. And so like he's calmly trying to explain to Frank that the only reason the girl is sitting in the front because it's literally her car, and that she should literally just be grateful that the girl is allowing him to take us home. Like, okay guys, I also forgot to mention that the bottle girl is not as random as y'all think. So Street Runner was outside so much that he ended up getting a job at a club as a security guard. That is how he ended up driving the bottle girl's car that night. Eventually, Frank literally just calms down. Whenever she calmed down, that's when I was like, okay, I'm good to go to sleep now. So at this moment, we are literally about 1 minute away from my apartment complex. And guys, why do I wake up to Frank and Street Runner's homeboy literally fighting across my body?